General Hospital spoilers preview update for Tuesday, April 29 reveals that Nina Reeves' Drew Kane drugging plot will move forward while Jocelyn Jacks asks an important question that could help her give USB mission. At the hospital, Drew will back Portia Robinson into a corner and remind her that he could expose her secrets. Since Drew could ruin Portia's career and blow up her marriage to Curtis Ashford, he'll expect her to follow orders. Of course, Drew's continued threats could help eliminate any doubts Portia's having about her plot with Nina. Portia has already committed to helping Nina with this scheme and will stick to the plan on Tuesday's show. Now that Portia has acquired ketamine with Brad Cooper's help, she'll give it to Nina soon. From there, Nina will pass it along to Jacinda so that she'll be ready for the next steps. In the meantime, Curtis will remain on edge over Jordan Ashford, joining Jen Sidwell's circle and putting herself in harm's way. Jordan will make it clear that she's got a grip on the Sidwell situation, so Curtis will hope she's right. Once Portia pops up, she may be a little unsettled at the sight of Curtis and Jordan with their heads together like this. As for Anna Devane, her spy intuition will be tingling on Tuesday's GH episode. Anna will suspect trouble, so she may have a hunch that Professor Henry Hank Dalton was connected to the chaos involving Emma Scorpio Drake in California. Then again, it's possible Anna will deal with some suspicions regarding Jocelyn instead. Jocelyn will certainly be eager to get Professor Dalton's attention and will have an important question to ask him. Since Jocelyn's mission hinges on getting the research assistant spot, she'll wonder if there's anything she can do to improve her chances. Will Professor Dalton throw out some ideas or act like it's a lost cause since Joss came to his class so late in the semester? Either way, Jocelyn won't give up and may make some predictions about doing whatever it takes to prove herself to Professor Dalton. Back with Drew, it seems he'll show up where he's not wanted and have a serious meltdown at the Savoy. The preview shows Lulu Spencer will be on hand to film some drama with her phone, so some messy scenes are on the way. Drew's night will go from bad to worse thanks to the drugging fiasco that Nina and Portia have cooked up for him. It won't be long until Jacinda does her thing and gets Drew into bed with her for the cheating setup. Until then, let's talk about Lucas Jones since he'll grow closer to Marco Rios on Tuesday's show. Giovanni Gio Palmieri will also react to some scandalous news as Tracy Quartermain keeps trashing Sonny Corinthos. But Jason Morgan will push Gio to ignore what he's learned. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, April 29 reveal that Drew Kane will have a wild outburst, while Jason Morgan warns Giovanni Gio Palmieri. Jen Sidwell's biggest threat could also be right under his nose, so here's what viewers can expect. For starters, Tracy Quartermain will give Gio some stunning updates and keep working to convince him that Sonny Corinthos is bad news. Gio will talk to Jason about his concerns later, but Jason will insist it's probably better if Gio just forgets what he heard. However, Gio may find himself wondering just how well he knows Sonny following some disturbing revelations. Over with Marco Rios and Lucas Jones, they'll spend some time together on Tuesday's episode. It'll bring a chance for Lucas and Marco to strengthen their bond as they continue falling for each other. At GH, Drew will stop by Portia Robinson's office and deliver a fierce warning. After Drew tells Portia to make it happen, he'll threaten to go to Curtis Ashford with everything he knows if she doesn't. At the Savoy, Jordan will assure Curtis that it's not a matter of whether she can handle Sidwell, it's a matter of whether Sidwell can handle her. Although Jordan will be brimming with confidence now that she's positioned herself to be Sidwell's threat on the inside, Curtis will still want her to be careful. At some point, Portia will show up and spot Curtis' conversation with Jordan. It may leave Portia with questions about what they're talking about and why Curtis is looking so chummy with his ex-wife. As for Anna Devane, she'll deal with some suspicions now that Professor Henry Dalton has admitted he moved to Port Charles from California. Some puzzle pieces could click into place and leave Anna worried about Professor Dalton being connected to all Emma Scorpio Drake's drama in California as well. Jocelyn Jacks will eventually take her own turn talking to Professor Dalton at the bar, so she'll ask if there's anything she can do to improve her chances at the research assistant gig. All eyes should be on Drew by the end of the night since he's set to have a major outburst. Based on GA's weekly preview video, it seems Drew will melt down in public while Lulu Spencer catches the whole thing on video. Drew's evening is about to go from bad to worse thanks to Nina Reeves' plan, which will move forward once she gives Jacinda the ketamine and more instructions on the bedroom setup. Nina will make some bold predictions about Drew's downfall and trust that Jacinda can help break up his relationship with Willow Corinthos. Recent developments around General Hospital star Maurice Benard have captured widespread attention, signaling a pivotal transition both for the actor and the long-running series. Benard, known for his portrayal of Sonny Corinthos for over 3 decades, has officially decided to step away from the show due to intensifying mental health challenges and to focus on a new venture aimed at mental health advocacy. Benard, who has openly discussed his struggles with bipolar disorder, has long been a symbol of resilience within the entertainment community. Despite maintaining a strong public image and actively engaging audiences through his State of Mind podcast, the cumulative pressure of his professional and personal battles has taken a significant toll. Episodes of heightened anxiety, sleeplessness, and emotional instability have reportedly made continuing on General Hospital unsustainable. Acknowledging the necessity to prioritize his health, Benard has chosen to redirect his focus toward Mind the Music, a mental health initiative developed in partnership with Ignacio Cerquillo. Initially conceived as a side project, Mind the Music has evolved into a full-fledged movement dedicated to raising mental health awareness through concerts, workshops, and community outreach programs. The mission is clear: to provide hope and visibility to those struggling with mental illness. Benard's departure from General Hospital marks the end of an era. His character, Sonny Corinthos, has been an anchor for the show's narrative for decades, embodying complexity, loyalty, and resilience. His exit is not portrayed through traditional soap opera drama, but rather a quiet, poignant storyline, culminating in Sonny's death following an unsuccessful surgery. This narrative decision is already generating seismic shifts within the fictional town of Port Charles and among the show's fan base. In the aftermath of Sonny's death, the storyline transitions into an intense power struggle, with key characters vying to fill the void left behind. Carly, Natalia, Jason, Michael, and Morgan emerge as central figures, each maneuvering for influence amidst a volatile environment marked by shifting alliances and betrayals. The dynamic marks a significant narrative pivot, highlighting the brutal realities of power in Port Charles. Simultaneously, Mind the Music is rapidly gaining momentum beyond its initial scope. The project is connecting with individuals across the country, particularly those who have experienced the isolating effects of mental illness. Through storytelling, music, and community events, Benard and Cerquillo are fostering an environment where vulnerability is met with support rather than stigma. The initiative's success signals a profound transformation for Benard, shifting his role from television icon to mental health advocate. His departure from General Hospital is not merely a career move, but a deeper, personal commitment to authenticity and healing, both for himself and for countless others in need of hope. As General Hospital adjusts to the absence of one of its most iconic characters, and as Mind the Music continues to expand, Maurice Benard's legacy is poised to transcend the confines of daytime television, leaving an indelible impact on mental health advocacy efforts nationwide. General Hospital spoilers reveal that the show may have just dropped a new Shiloh Archer resurrection hint. is Professor Henry Hank Dalton linked to Hank Archer, which is the name Shiloh went by before his Dawn of Day era. Shiloh was born David Henry Archer, but he later went by Hank as an act of rebellion against his father. When Shiloh first arrived on screen, he initially introduced himself as Hank before all the cult drama played out. Some GH viewers have already been speculating that Drew Kane might really be a revived Shiloh. Between recent Dawn of Day mentions and Drew's controlling behavior toward Willow Corinthos, that's a possibility to consider. However, another intriguing clue came in the April 28 episode. During a conversation with Anna Devane, we couldn't help but notice the way Professor Dalton introduced himself. "I'm Henry Dalton, Hank," he said as he extended his hand to Anna at the Savoy. It's interesting that we have a new character named Hank popping up right around the time all these Shiloh aka Hank suspicions are swirling among fans. Could the name Professor Dalton goes by be a hint about where his storyline is headed? It's possible that the speculation about Drew being Shiloh is a little off. What if Hank Dalton is actually Shiloh and Drew is under his mind control? We could buy the idea of Shiloh making a soapy return from the grave with a new face and accent to fool everyone. It wouldn't be that hard with a little plastic surgery or a realistic mask. Hank Archer reinvented himself as Shiloh, but now he could be reinventing himself as Hank Dalton. Another option might be if Professor Dalton is a follower of Shiloh's teachings, and that he took the name Hank as a nod of admiration to the cult leader's former life. Shiloh could somehow be alive and pulling the strings on whatever sinister scheme Professor Dalton is tangled up in. In that case, Drew could still be Shiloh and end up being the one running the show. Bottom line, it's highly suspicious that GH writers named this new character Hank when that was the name Shiloh previously used. There may be some sort of link, so we'll be sure to pass along updates as other news comes in. General Hospital fans all can't help but wonder the same thing. Who is going to raise Wiley now? Is he going to go back to Lucas? Keep reading below for everything you need to know. As many GH fans are aware of, Willow adopted the young boy, and he sees her as his mom. But because of Drew, some people think it's time for Wiley to go back to either Lucas or Michael and when he returns to this fictional town of Port Charles. That's because Willow might be putting Wiley in danger by surrounding him with a man like Drew in his life. You just never know what might happen. As our loyal readers can imagine, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about the matter. Some have even commented with, "Willow and Drew may be bad people, but I think it's pretty obvious she loves the kids. And Drew wouldn't do anything to hurt them. She's not losing them unless Michael comes back and uses every resource to take them." Another fan wrote, "Seems cruel to just rip him away from the family he knows, just to put him with the man who had him when he was a baby," which may be true, but Wiley has no memory of him. And then there was this comment as well. In the real world, none of this matters. Willow is the adopted mother and has all the rights of a biological mother, and there is no legal mechanism for removing him from her custody. Children don't get taken from their parents when the children are safe. She's not making decisions that put the children's safety at risk. Even then, in the real world, it is a long and tedious process. General Hospital airs weekdays on the ABC network. Check your local listings times. Tell us, what do you think about this story? Leave us your thoughts in our comments section below. Also, watch this space for all of the latest breaking news. Come back to Celebrating the Soaps for everything you need to know about the young and the restless, General Hospital, the bold and the beautiful Days of Our Lives, the British royal family, and the hottest celebs. General Hospital fans missing Violet Finn have something new to look forward to. Young star Jophia Love has just booked an exciting national commercial. She announced the big news on Instagram with a cheerful post set to Dolly Parton's Working Girl. The caption teased, "Booked it. Stay tuned for a fun national commercial." Although she didn't spill many details, fans should be ready to catch her on their screens again soon. Whether you're binge watching your favorite drama or flipping channels, Jophiel might pop up in an unexpected moment. Jophiel first appeared on General Hospital in 2019, playing Violet Finn. As the daughter of Dr. Hamilton Finn and Hayden Barnes, Violet quickly became a fan favorite. Despite it being one of her earliest roles, Jophiel stood out with her charm and talent. Over the next 5 years, viewers watched Violet grow and flourish. In October 2024, she left Port Charles to live with her father, marking Jophiel's emotional farewell from the show. But her departure didn't mean goodbye forever. Instead, she transitioned seamlessly into other roles. She now appears in the ABC primetime series Will Trent, where she plays Cooper Ormwood. That role has allowed her to explore new depths as a performer and kept fans tuned in weekly. While many fans remember Jophiel from daytime TV, her acting roots go back even further. In 2018, she starred in a Citibank commercial alongside her real-life brother Gabriel and their dad. The ad featured a playful moment where they clung to his legs as he stomped around like a monster. Recalling the experience, she shared on Facebook, "Gabriel and I laughed so much that day. My neck got sore from looking up. My dad could barely walk the next day. It was a joyful memory and a sign of the performer she would become." Since then, Jophiel has racked up credits in shows like FBI, International, and The Winchesters. She's also appeared in hit films such as We Have a Ghost, Renfield, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Each role has helped shape her rising career and expand her reach beyond soaps. Now, as she steps into another national commercial, Jophiel is clearly showing no signs of slowing down. Her fanbase continues to grow, even as her projects shift from daytime TV to primetime and beyond. Though she no longer appears on General Hospital, her impact on the show and its viewers remains strong. She left as Violet, but she's returning to our screens with new characters and new stories. Jophiel Love's departure from General Hospital was just the beginning of her rising career. From national commercials to major TV shows, she's quickly becoming a star to watch. Want more soap updates and behind-the-scenes scoops? Keep reading Soap Opera Daily. The April 28, 2025 episode of General Hospital gave viewers a surprise appearance by a beloved character amidst Sonny's recovery from open-heart surgery. As Sonny recovered from his successful open-heart surgery, he fell into a dreamlike state where he found himself at Bobby's. When the waiter turned around to take his orders, Sonny was happy to see it was his late father, Mike. Read this. Here's what's coming up on GH. The father and son reunited in an empty Bobby's, and Sonny asked if this meant he didn't make it through the surgery. Mike assured him he pulled through, and he just wanted to take his son's sedation as an opportunity for a visit. Sonny shared his concerns about his family, worrying he couldn't keep them safe after Michael's latest accident. Mike promised his son that he would figure out how to take care of his family without any repercussions. But it wasn't all rainbows and sunshine during Sonny's recovery. While an unconscious Sonny spent time with Mike, a mysterious nurse sneaked into his hospital room. But just before she could inject something into his IV, Brick burst through the door. As the nurse reached for a weapon, Brick whipped out his gun and pulled the trigger. The nurse was shot dead at the end of Sonny's bed, and all was cleaned up by the time Sonny woke up. When Carly walked in, she assured him he was fine, but he missed a lot. General Hospital spoilers reveal that the soap just dropped its preview for the week of April 28, May 2, and fans need to brace themselves for some explosive moments. In fact, the promo opened up with a shocking moment between Brick and Carly Spencer. Brick and Carly are at the hospital as Sonny Corinthos' right-hand man tells his ex-wife that "we have a little situation." The scenes shift, showing Carly's jaw dropped as the worried woman looks completely caught off guard by what Brick just told her. Rewinding a bit, the General Hospital Friday, April 25 episode left fans in limbo. The good news was that Sonny's surgery was successful, But the bad news was, a shady nurse snuck in with a syringe filled with an unknown substance. The worst news was that Sonny's eyes popped open as soon as she approached the mob boss. Someone's gunning for the mob boss, that's for sure. While the nurse entering his room will reinforce the fact that there's an unknown threat out there pushing for Sonny's demise, nothing will likely come from this attack. Sonny didn't come this far just to come this far. It's doubtful that he'll get injected with anything, and there's a very good chance that he'll stop the nurse from doing him any harm. But how far will he go to stop her? Sonny may take this opportunity to try and find out who hired the nurse, but will he get any information from her? In the process of trying to get intel, and also trying to stop her from injecting him, could he end up unaliving the nurse in self-defense, simply jabbing the woman with the needle she brought into his room in a scuffle could accomplish this? From the looks of it, there will continue to be question marks surrounding the person behind all these attacks. As such, Sonny murdering the nurse in self-defense would kill two birds with one stone by keeping everyone on high alert about a threat, while having the person behind all this remain a mystery. General Hospital spoilers imply that this latest attack on Sonny will be especially perplexing since very few people in the mob boss's circle were in the know about his LA hospital surgery. Recent developments on General Hospital signal a significant narrative shift, with Sonny Corinthos emerging from heart surgery only to face deeper threats rooted in betrayal and hidden conspiracies. Though his operation was successful, the danger intensifies as unseen enemies continue their attempts to eliminate him, culminating in an assassin disguised as a nurse infiltrating the hospital. As the tension escalates, Brick emerges as Sonny's primary support, leveraging his intelligence network to uncover buried truths. This includes the shocking revelation that Mike, Sonny's long-presumed dead father, is actually alive. Mike's reappearance not only destabilizes Sonny emotionally, but also unlocks a chain of long-suppressed secrets that directly threaten the safety of Sonny's family and inner circle. Mike's return is not symbolic alone. It becomes the foundation for a calculated counteroffensive. With Mike and Brick's strategic acumen, Sonny no longer plays defense. Instead, he orchestrates a proactive campaign against shadow figures Brennan and Sidwell, who are implicated in a wide-reaching criminal network responsible for recent assassination attempts and systemic attacks against the Corinthos family. This organized retaliation goes beyond standard conflict. The trio, Sonny, Mike, and Brick, employ intelligence-driven warfare, exposing deep-rooted conspiracies and dismantling decades of covert operations in Port Charles. Mike proves instrumental not just in strategic execution, but also in restoring personal ties. His guidance bridges the fractured relationship between Sonny and Carly, catalyzing their reunion and solidifying a renewed, more powerful alliance. Carly's discovery of Brennan's betrayal, both personal and operational, forces a dramatic revaluation, while Mike's role as a stabilizing influence repositions the family dynamics. Their renewed bond sends shockwaves through their adversaries, marking Sonny and Carly as an indomitable force no longer vulnerable to manipulation. However, Mike's return is temporary. His presence, though short-lived, serves as a transformative catalyst. By unmasking key threats and restoring Sonny's strength, both personally and politically, Mike ensures that his son is positioned at the epicenter of Port Charles' power structure. As he exits, Mike leaves behind a legacy of resilience, strategy, and familial restoration. Now backed by a fortified alliance and armed with the truth, Sonny stands as a symbol of renewed authority. No longer the predictable crime boss, he becomes an unpredictable force, capable of shifting power dynamics across the entire city. The war against those who seek to destroy him is no longer a personal battle. It has become a sweeping movement against corruption, deception, and betrayal, one that will redefine Port Charles permanently. In the turbulent world of General Hospital, secrets rarely stay buried. Recent developments reveal that Carly Spencer, pushed to the brink by ongoing deceptions, initiates a devastating confrontation that forever alters Willow Corinthos' perception of Drew Kane. Initially, Carly maintained a fragile alliance with Nina Reeves, united only by their shared desire to dismantle Drew's pristine reputation. Nina, driven by desperation, orchestrated a reckless plot to frame Drew for infidelity by drugging him and planting a seductress. However, Drew's resourcefulness exposed the scheme, tracing evidence of the drugging back to Nina, setting the stage for potential legal consequences. As Drew and Willow's bond deepened in the aftermath, Carly's growing unease led her to act. She revealed a series of Drew's indiscretions, starting with his romantic entanglements during his relationship with Carly herself. Carly further exposed Drew's manipulation during Willow's time in Germany, a period when Drew actively interfered with Willow's communication with Michael Corinthos, causing deliberate emotional suffering. Notably, these revelations were corroborated by Jason Morgan, lending them significant credibility. The most shocking disclosure involved Drew's prior affair with Nina Reeves, a betrayal that Carly had long concealed to protect Willow. Compounding the damage, Carly detailed Drew's criminal collaborations, including his involvement in violent schemes to seize control of the Port Charles docks. Faced with mounting evidence, Willow took decisive action. She revoked Drew's guardianship rights over her children and confronted key figures. Jason confirmed Carly's account, while Nina's shame offered further validation. A final confrontation with Drew ended with Willow severing all ties, marking a profound personal and emotional rupture. The fallout reverberated across Port Charles. Drew, once seen as a stalwart hero, found himself isolated as business deals collapsed and friendships dissolved. Efforts to salvage his reputation through counter-narratives failed, leaving him a pariah. Meanwhile, Carly, though victorious, recognized the precarious nature of her position. Her candid conversation with Jason revealed concerns about future reprisals. Drew, though defeated, unearthed a secret from Carly's past that he considered weaponizing, but ultimately abandoned, realizing revenge could not restore what he had lost. Willow, deeply wounded, began the slow process of rebuilding her life, focusing on her children and cautiously restoring trust with old allies like Michael Corinthos, Sasha Gilmore, and Brooklyn Quartermain. Despite her resilience, the scars of betrayal remain. In the April 30, 2025 episode of General Hospital, psychological warfare, emotional upheaval, and strategic alliances took center stage, redefining character dynamics and intensifying ongoing conflicts throughout Port Charles. Nina's quiet transformation from victim to manipulator reached a critical point. No longer the woman paralyzed by adversity, she now orchestrates a calculated seduction of Drew. Her motives are rooted in revenge and self-preservation, with each move designed to destabilize Drew emotionally and ethically. By exploiting his vulnerabilities, Nina pushes Drew into a conflicted mental state, caught between loyalty, affection, and the desire for escape. Willow, sensing emotional shifts without direct evidence, becomes increasingly suspicious and unsettled. Her growing paranoia threatens her stability and relationships, signaling the start of wider repercussions across the community. Rumors circulate rapidly, amplifying tensions and fracturing trust between friends and loved ones. Drew finds himself spiraling into an identity crisis, torn between his moral compass and the illicit emotional comfort Nina offers. Tensions escalate within the Davis family as Alexis intensifies her protective stance over Molly. Once seen as passive, Molly has evolved into a self-assured figure demanding influence over both family and personal matters. Lulu, who had maintained emotional influence, now struggles to retain relevance amid Alexis's assertiveness and Molly's assertive rise. Cody's involvement introduces further volatility. Possessing key secrets and manipulating dynamics between Molly and Lulu, He acts as both catalyst and wildcard. Molly's strategic maneuvering and Cody's unpredictable behavior isolate Lulu, who is now forced to navigate a psychological minefield. With internal pressure mounting, Lulu's emotional stability and role within the family hang in the balance. After a reflective period in Germany, Willow returns with newfound clarity and emotional maturity. Recognizing unresolved issues with Michael, she prepares for confrontation but is met with silence. This rejection prompts a shift. Willow refocuses on personal growth, career aspirations, and community involvement, rather than romantic dependency. Her assertive transformation generates mixed responses: admiration from some, unease from others. Michael, in particular, is compelled to reevaluate his place in Willow's life. As she reclaims control of her narrative, Willow becomes a beacon of resilience and change, symbolizing empowerment amidst relational collapse. Laura and Curtis initiate a collaborative counteroffensive against a growing criminal network linked to Ezra and Drew. Utilizing Curtis's investigative experience and Laura's political influence, the duo uncovers a broader conspiracy involving financial crimes, disappearances, and victim suppression. Their tactical shift from reactive to proactive operations marks a strategic milestone. Laura mobilizes public support, while Curtis infiltrates suspect networks, positioning their partnership as both a defensive shield and an offensive spear. Their actions not only threaten entrenched criminal elements, but also inspire broader civic vigilance. Brennan emerges as a cerebral antagonist, presenting a plausibly constructed theory to Carly under the guise of cooperation. Using half-truths and selective facts, he subtly manipulates her investigative trajectory. Carly, despite her street-smart acumen, finds herself emotionally destabilized, unable to fully discern Brennan's true intentions. As Brennan blurs the lines between reality and deception, Carly is drawn into a complex psychological standoff. Her growing obsession with uncovering the truth places her at the center of a web that threatens not just her judgment, but also the broader stability of Port Charles. The community, observing their ambiguous alliance, braces for a revelation that could redefine friend and foe. April 30's General Hospital episode delivers a tapestry of deception, power shifts, and emotional reckoning. As personal boundaries erode and strategic plays intensify, each character is forced to adapt or unravel. With stakes escalating across romantic, familial, and criminal lines, Port Charles stands on the brink of a dramatic turning point, where no secret is safe and no relationship remains untouched. A new and dangerous chapter unfolds in General Hospital as Brennan steps into the spotlight, bringing with him a trove of incriminating evidence that threatens to fracture the Corinthos family from within. In a confidential meeting with Carly at Metro Court, Brennan reveals damning financial records, security footage, and a USB drive containing surveillance clips implicating Brick, Sonny's most trusted associate, as a key suspect in Sonny's poisoning. Brennan's data is disturbingly specific. Financial transactions traced to aliases linked to Brick coincide precisely with the timing of the medication tampering in Sonny's hospital room. Footage places Brick near the drug storage area during odd hours, alongside a nurse who has since vanished. Brennan presses Carly to reconsider her assumptions, urging her to question who among Sonny's circle truly had the access and motive. This revelation sparks an internal crisis for Carly. Brick, long considered Sonny's unshakable right hand, is now cast under a cloud of suspicion. If the accusations hold, it could mean the Corinthos family's security structure is compromised at the core. Brennan reinforces this by highlighting Brick's recent evasive behavior and secretive meetings, pushing Carly further into doubt. But Brennan's motives remain murky. While he presents himself as an informant, his tactics suggest manipulation. His evidence is precise yet calculatedly ambiguous, crafted to provoke doubt without offering definitive truth. Carly finds herself navigating a psychological battlefield, where every step risks triggering a deeper collapse. The deeper Brennan entangles Carly in suspicion, the more isolated she becomes. She begins to question even her closest allies, her plans splintering under pressure. This environment of distrust is fertile ground for Brennan's strategy: destabilize from within, distract from the real threat, and erode unity. With each clue, Brennan plants seeds of discord, ensuring Carly must play both defense and offense simultaneously. As Carly restructures internal operations and launches quiet investigations, the Corinthos family enters a phase of silent disintegration. Relationships grow strained, strategic meetings are fraught with tension, and no move feels safe. Brennan's influence grows as he subtly orchestrates events, leaking information, manipulating perception, and creating friction that disrupts the family's cohesion. Brick, though not proven guilty, becomes a pariah within the organization. His attempts to defend himself are met with skepticism, while Carly grapples with the terrifying prospect that her blind trust may have facilitated a betrayal. Meanwhile, Sonny faces a crossroads: trust Brick and risk sabotage, or turn away and dismantle the foundation of his empire. Brennan's true genius lies in weaponizing trust. He doesn't need to strike directly, he merely exposes cracks and lets paranoia do the rest. By positioning himself as both a helpful advisor and potential threat, he ensures Carly remains in a state of perpetual uncertainty. This calculated chaos begins to affect wider operations. Business alliances grow wary, rivals sense vulnerability, and Carly's every decision carries the weight of potential catastrophe. Her ability to lead, once anchored by intuition and control, is now compromised by relentless psychological pressure. As Brennan prepares his final move, the stakes couldn't be higher. If Carly misplaces her trust once more, she risks not only condemning Brick, but enabling Brennan, or another opportunist, to usurp control of the Corinthos empire. The collapse of trust threatens to unravel decades of dominance in Port Charles. In a world where every truth is suspect, and every ally could be a traitor, General Hospital dives into its most psychologically intricate and high-stakes storyline yet. The fallout will be devastating, and no one is safe. The latest General Hospital comings and goings news reveals a thrilling week ahead. Familiar faces are returning, and new characters are stepping into the spotlight. Drama is brewing fast in Port Charles, and fans are in for a wild ride. First up, Chris McKenna is back as Jack Brennan. Jack, the WSB Port Charles Division Chief, will return with a bold theory. Viewers can expect to see him in action on Wednesday, April 30. His comeback promises to shake up several storylines as secrets and hidden agendas come to light. Perry Shen also returns as Brad Cooper this week. The quirky lab tech always adds spice to the canvas. This time, Brad will share scenes with Portia, played by Brooke Kerr. Their encounter could bring unexpected twists, especially given Portia's ongoing battles in Port Charles. Brad's comeback is sure to raise a few eyebrows. In more casting news, Adrian Encanto reprises his role as Marco, the son of Jens and Natalia. Fans will see Marco share touching scenes with Lucas, played by Van Hansis, on Tuesday, April 29. Their emotional bond offers a heartfelt break from all the chaos brewing in town. It's a reunion you won't want to miss. Meanwhile, Jen Ray is stepping into a brand new role on the canvas. She now portrays Suzanne, the efficient assistant working for Alexis and Diane at Miller and Davis. Longtime viewers will remember Ray from her previous role as Chelsea Lamb, Ava's psychic. This time, she's diving into the legal world, adding a fresh dynamic to the firm. Trouble is never far behind on General Hospital, and Paige Herschel is making sure of that. She is now portraying Jacinda, the woman Nina and Portia hired to help take down Drew. With Jacinda's arrival, tensions are sure to rise fast. Port Charles better brace itself for another brewing scandal. Finally, Stephen A. Smith has completed his latest visit as Brick. Before leaving Los Angeles, Brick shared a heartfelt goodbye with Carly and made sure Sonny's surgery was arranged. His exit leaves a big void, especially with danger lurking so close to Sonny's world. The General Hospital comings and goings update shows that exciting times are ahead. With returns, new plots, and emotional farewells, Port Charles won't be the same. Stay tuned with Soap Opera Daily for all your latest spoilers, casting news, and exclusive soap updates. Bookmark us and check back daily. You won't want to miss a thing. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.